I drew my first breath in Kettering one sunny Wednesday morn, born unto a preacher's wife and a preacher man. Folk call them the Brookfields, I call them Mum and Dad, and they had this tiny cottage by a leather factory. That's where I spent my first few weeks, sister, Mum, Dad and me. And we didn't have a lot, but what we had, we made it count. My first few weeks were happy, of that fact I have no doubt. Hey! Oh, what took Dad to London when I was just a few weeks old? I don't remember much, but we moved to a flat in Streatham, so I'm told. And my only memory here was condensation ran the walls, and in winter it would freeze, but Mum and Dad would keep us warm. 4 years in we moved again, cause Dad's job took us east, only as far as Essex, to this town called Chadwell Heath. And that's where I started school, and I hated every day. But we moved on to pastures new, September '88. Oh, I have lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more, as I drive these songs around, finding folk to play them for. I've lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more. So we packed up Dad's Montego, and my family headed west. Settled down in Swindon town, that's where I spent the rest of my formative years, learning how to get things right and wrong. It's where I had my first love, it's where I wrote my first song. And I left home at 17, and it's funny how things go in Northamptonshire again, with Kettering just down the road. And I spent 2 years there trying to make sense of who I am. Oh, I left home a boy, I returned a man. Oh, I have lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more, as I drive these songs around, finding folk to play them for. I've lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more. And at 24 I joined a band and moved back to London town, feeling like I chased the ghost of my younger self around. And we thought we knew everything, but we didn't have a clue. And we did all of the stupid shit that all guys in bands do. But it was doomed to failure, so I went where I felt safe. That bungee cord of Swindon town took me back once again. And I've never felt as low as then, I've never felt as beat. But I'm not the kind of person easily admits defeat. Oh, I have lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more, as I drive these songs around, finding folk to play them for. I've lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more. These days I live in Bristol, but I still travel round. And by the law of averages, I'll soon be in your town. And we can share a drink or two and dance into the night, cause playing songs to folk like you is what keeps me alive. And that keen sense of belonging, and that feeling that I'm home, comes from every town I play in, and I don't feel so alone. And when people ask the question, oh, where do you come from? Well, I'll say I come from everywhere, and I play them this song. Oh, I have lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more, as I drive these songs around, finding folk to play them for. I've lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more. I drive these songs around, finding folk to play them for. I've lived in many towns, and I'll live in 100 more. One more verse, man. I loved living in Bristol. I stayed 11 years. But COVID took its toll by reawakening my fears of being isolated from the people that I love. And suddenly the city lights weren't no longer enough. So I moved back to Swindon, well, a village just nearby. And I can see my loved ones whenever the hell I like. And I may have lived in many towns, but there's one thing that I know. It's the people that surround you that make a place your home.